everyone, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. So today I thought I would show you my new indoor greenhouse. So I noticed recently that a lot of my plants weren't really growing. So they weren't dying, but they weren't flourishing either. And a lot of these plants I noticed were from countries with high humidity. And I've been reading about greenhouses online and how they can really boost plant growth. So I thought I would try and build my own. Now initially I was looking into the IKEA Milspo cabinet. There's like a greenhouse hack where you can buy the cabinet and then do some modifications, and it's meant to be a good greenhouse. But the Milspo cabinet is not cheap. It's about $100, so it's not that much of a hack. I mean, you could just buy a greenhouse for that price. So I've found this greenhouse in Bunnings. They're about $30. They're designed for outdoor use, but there's no reason why you can't use them inside. Well, there's probably lots of reasons, but no sort of safety reason why you can't use them inside. So I put some of my more finicky plants in there, the ones that weren't growing, because I sort of wanted to experiment whether the reason they weren't growing was the humidity. And I also put some of my sick plants in there and treated it a bit like a plant ICU to see if that would make any difference. And I'm actually pretty surprised with the results. I wasn't really expecting it to make that much of a difference, because I thought, well, if it's that amazing, why doesn't everyone do it? But it's been, quite surprisingly good for the plants. So today I thought I would do a tour of my greenhouse plants, show you exactly what I've got in there, what's done well in there, what hasn't. So before we get to the greenhouse, I thought I would show you what I've been up to today. In case you can't tell, it's really hot and I'm sweating. It's like 32 degrees in Sydney right now. And it seems like every time it's this hot, I have an urge to go to Flower Power. So I went there today and I found a few things that I'm excited about. So this, I haven't actually seen this anywhere before. It kind of looks like it's not even real. It looks like a plastic plant to me. It's got this pretty sort of pink coloration mixed with different shades of green. Yeah, and it's, I haven't even heard of the plant. It's a Cryptanthus bivattatus pink. Looks a bit like a bromeliad cross agave. Yeah, but I've just haven't seen them before and thought I would try them out. What does this say? Full sun, drought tolerant. So I don't know if it will do well inside. Looks like a plant that should be outside. But it's got these two rosettes, so I'll try and plant one inside, one outside. I'll see how they go. I also got this pot of bromeliads. So I've already got quite a lot of bromeliads outside in my concrete part of the garden. But I had an idea recently to try and maybe attach some to branches and try and make more of an epiphytic plant display. It's been windy here lately, so a lot of branches have swept into the yard. And instead of just throwing them out, I thought I'll try and prop some up against the fence and stick epiphytes on it. I picked this pot because it's got 3 different rosettes, so I can just divide those up. Yeah, it was $21, which is pretty good price for broms. Usually pay $10 for just a pup like this. And And I think I did quite well to only buy 2 plants. Normally I buy way too many. I've also got this hygrometer, humidity meter recently, and apparently it's 74% humidity in this room. I would believe that, since it's incredibly hot and uncomfortable, and it's been about 70 humidity over the last week. It's been raining on and off. It's not usually this humid in Sydney. It's definitely not a tropical area, it's temperate, but we've been having this run of humidity lately. Oh right, the reason I showed you this is, so it's 74 in the room. This is the greenhouse. It's got 3 layers. I've just put a tray at the bottom to catch any water. I'm sure this will somehow create a lot of mold on the carpet, but that's a next year problem. I'll just open it up. So it's got a zipper. I bought one of these for outside too, and it actually isn't so good for outdoors. It only lasted 1 year, and then the plastic got all brittle and broke down, so I think it will actually last a lot longer inside. Anyway, I'm putting this in here to show you the difference in humidity, so I'll leave that in there. I'll show you what I've got. This one I purchased after I got the greenhouse. I wouldn't have got one otherwise. It's a Nepenthes pitcher plant. You pretty much can't grow these without a humid environment. I did try once and it just turned brown and got really dry. This one came in the post, so it's still sort of damaged a bit from the journey, but it's doing well. It's already putting out a shoot. I think it's enjoying this humid environment. Going up to 77. Maybe I'll put that there. So I've just stuffed a bunch of Hoyas in there because I want to get them to grow as fast as I can. So these weren't particularly struggling, but I just was curious as to whether they would do better in here. And this one, it's a Hoya potsii, Chiang Mai. And it's one of the Hoyas that just kind of sat there for years, not putting out new growth, not looking particularly sick, not looking happy either. But the week I put it in here, it's put out this new baby leaf. So I figure this must be one of the Hoyas that likes humidity, which is why it wasn't growing. This one, not too sure if this one likes it in here. I just kind of put it in as soon as I got it in the mail, and it's got this weird speckledness to the leaves that I don't think it's meant to look like that. It doesn't look too happy. I don't know if it's too humid in here or if it just didn't like the postage journey, but I'll see how it goes. This one's a Hoya mathilde. Yep. So I put it in here because I just also got this one in the post and kind of wanted to give it some rehab in here before putting it out. It's also putting a new leaf out here. That wasn't there when I got it, so I'm guessing that means it's happy. Hoya meliflua. This is another guy that I have just had for a year, sitting there not doing anything. So I thought I'd try putting in here and see if this made a difference. And it is putting out new growth, looking a lot happier. A few more Hoyas there. Hoya lacunosa, Hoya memoria, and what's this one? Hoya corinacae. Yay, corinacae. These ones, I've just sort of put in here straight from getting them in the post, just to see what they do, and they are growing quickly as far as Hoyas go. I had these about a week, and that one's putting out new leaves, the lacunosa. Oh, this is a very sad Philodendron brown princess. I call it that because it's really only got, if you call it, this is the pinkest it gets, and the rest of the variegation is just like a brown. I feel bad for it though. So I'm going to give it another chance in here, see if the humidity makes any difference. Now, on to row 2. So this is a sad and sorry sight. These are Macodes petola jewel orchids that I bought on a whim. I bought like 5 of them, and they were happy for a while, I'd say for the first 6 months, and then they just started sort of going like this, pale, looking pretty moldy and unhappy. So I was about to chuck them all out, and then I thought, I might as well put them in here as a last ditch effort. And they're actually picking up quite well. So this one looks healthy. That one's probably unsalvageable, but this is putting out a new leaf. And this is all within sort of 2 weeks of having them in here. What have I got? I've got a stingray, Alocasia stingray, and that again was one I just couldn't keep happy out of a greenhouse. It would put out leaves and the leaves would dry up, so I thought it needed more water. Then when I added water, it got root rot, so I thought it was another one I'd have to throw out. It was down to 1 leaf, and I put it in here, and within a week or 2 it's grown 2, so that's one that definitely will be staying in here. That's one I got recently, Hoya, heuschkeliana, one that's been on my wish list for a while that I came across. So I've just put it in here because it's a new plant, just to let it acclimatize. This says Hoya merrilii. Oh, it's putting out some aerial roots. Guess that's cool. Also just putting it here to acclimatize. It's a new purchase. I think this is another Hoya potsii. Oh, I didn't label it. I guess we'll never know. Here's a Philodendron Macodes cutting that I've put here, and cuttings really like it in the greenhouse. Maranta, red vein. This is one's being a bit weird in the greenhouse. It was fine out in the normal room, but I thought I'd see if it grew any faster here, and now it's just kind of put out this leaf without any red on it. Don't know what's going on there. So the lower level of the greenhouse. So onto the lower level of the greenhouse. I've just kind of got everything here. Some cuttings I'm trying to grow that have been growing painfully slowly. This is a Nepenthes Louisiana. It's still not looking too happy in here, so I don't know what it wants. Oh, actually, there we go. Let's put out this new thing, which wasn't there before, so maybe it is happy. These have all only been here for a week, and I'm really impressed that they're all putting out new growth that I don't think they would be if I hadn't put it in here. Maranta cutting that had kind of not done anything for a year, and now it's putting out a leaf. What's this? Oh, the name escapes me. Oh, Califia something or other. Looks happy. I've recently put my vanilla orchid in here to see if I could get it to grow some vanilla pods. Ooh, is that a mealybug? No, just a piece of fluff. That's a Hoya multiflora. That you can see it's got that tiny baby cute leaf growing. What's this? Hoya honeydew. That's not its real name. I can't remember what the real name is, but I put that in there too. So all in all, I'd say the greenhouse has been really good. I would get more if it wasn't for the space problem. Oh, right, let's check the humidity meter. 75. Sort of the same as the room, but I did have it in here once overnight, and this number here says the highest it went up to, and I swear it was up to 99% in here overnight, so very humid. The outside is also quite humid too. Yeah, so I definitely recommend getting one of these. That's it for the video. Thanks for watching. Like, comment or subscribe. Tell me about your greenhouse experiences. What have you found grows well versus not really making a difference? And I'll see you next time.